The key is not to look at the.
Oh, okay.
Yep. What's up? Yep. Yep. I normally elevate my voice once I get it.
Yo, you can hear me? Already? I got to hold it like James Brown.
We starting?
Yeah, it's on you. Whatever. I'll count you down. 5, 4.
Yo, we on another episode of iionKnow. Today, my cheers ain't come through, dog. I don't know what's up with that. Hold up.
It ain't working.
Dang. Anyways, back at y'all. You know who it is. It's your boy TP, Tory Plumber, T-Plums. You know whatever you want to call me. Call me what you want, but you can't call me a fool. And you know we got our co-host,
Reese.
And today we got a special guest. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yo, my name Thomas, man. How everybody doing? Well, what, man? No, what?
We ain't live. We ain't talking to nobody.
We ain't live.
He looked at you. What's up, everybody? How you doing?
What you think they gonna say? Hey, how are you?
Well, I thought we were supposed to continue on with the process. I thought we were supposed to continue on with the process, man.
Anyways.
Oh, Lord.
Anyways, as you can tell, we all know each other. I guess that's obvious. But yeah, if you don't subscribe to the channel already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, like the video, make comments, all that good stuff. Today we're gonna have a brief but interesting conversation, and we want to hear what y'all got to say about it. So somebody's on a time schedule today. Unc over here got to go, but so we finna get his thoughts on it first. We got this thing basically going, huh?
You got to work me into it.
Yeah, I'm finna tell you, man.
Yeah.
I got you. So basically, conversation we having today is about Pandora's box is what I like to call it. Pandora's box is that line that people have drawn now, and there is no line anymore. They've erased the line in the sand, and they made anything goes. We got boys saying they girls saying they boys, girls saying they cats. We got white people saying they black. We got all these things these trans, that's what it's called. Just so everybody get it now. We got these trans everythings now. And some people find it okay as long as it suits their narrative, but as soon as it don't, then it's outrage and it's fake outrage. And my thoughts on the situation is you open Pandora's box. Y'all allowed one thing to be okay.
What else gonna open up?
Once you allow one thing to be okay, your argument for everything else not being okay sucks. So you can't use it no more.
It sucks.
So like,
especially something as deep as that.
Yeah.
I know I don't got that much time, but for me, my fear is the after we get through that, they had the thing some years ago where they was allowing men to kind of go and use the girls' restroom, right? My thing is, how long is it gonna be before we start making an excuse for pedophiles?
Well, they already was, I think it was a few years back, there were actually a group of them that was trying to advocate something in the law where they didn't see a problem with it. They wanted to get it, I think if I'm mistaken, registered as not a disorder, and it shouldn't be illegal because the child should have choice, and that came from children being able to choose whether they was boys or girls. They can choose, like I said, whether they was a cat, dog, coyote, or whatever. And I'm like, and I'm sitting here watching this, I say, so now y'all done broke loose with this thing with the bathroom.
Bathroom.
And now you got these weirdos talking about they trying to make it justified to lay with children. I said,
yeah,
so,
and that's the thing. So that's the caveat. So I was gonna bring a lighter one, but we gonna get to that one. So the first thing was when you start getting to the rationality, or you start getting to the reasoning, telling a man that he's a woman if he feels like he's a woman. What makes a woman first of all? Because apparently all you gotta do is put on a wig, some lipstick, and wear some girl clothes, and you're a woman now.
That.
So is being a is being a woman narrowed down to just simple stuff like that? Is that what it takes to be a woman?
Apparently. That's what they're trying to make it.
Yeah, because apparently, like,
And then what the actual women is not a woman no more.
they call cis women
cis
now.
women.
That's what they call.
Well, I think they done broke woman down to like an idea instead of an actual being like we had in the past. You know, a woman had certain characteristics, certain jobs and duties in life that we can kind of somewhat make common sense of and identify with, not just in our culture, but you know, universally. But now they got it where you can just put it on like you put on a T-shirt, or I'm a woman now. You know what I mean?
And here's the thing, though. So, like, if you're a woman now, am I white now? Do I feel like being a white folk?
Right.
Can I be white? Can I just, throw on some baby powder?
You don't need that though. You just need to think it.
I just need to think it.
You just need to think
If it's in my mind.
Well, I guess you can mentally identify that you're white, but when
So like.
No, you can't bother me if I say I'm white.
If I say I'm white and you tell me I'm not, you was hating me.
You got to
you hate me.
So you mean to tell me and you maybe a couple of shades apart, above or lower, and you tell me that
and
you're
if
white?
I feel like I'm white, you got to agree.
I got to agree.
Listen,
Yeah.
My name ain't Tori no more, okay?
So what's your name?
My name is Dan. I was gonna say Tommy, but you kind of Tommy. My name Timmy now, and I'm white, brother.
Jesus Christ, man, you got me.
But it's funny.
So
but that's just how stupid the law is.
What? Now hold on.
Now, this is a question. So, what if you got an individual? What if you get written? I know it's a hypothetical, but this could happen because we got some wicked people out here, right?
Right.
So, if I can identify as anything, and you can't check me or you hate me, I'm almost 40, and I'm not like this. I'm not me, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm married. My wife older than me. She ain't that much older, but she older than me, right? But let's say you got a man. I'm gonna take myself out of that because so let's say you got another man, another individual, another individual, around 40s, right? And he said he identifies as a 12-year-old.
How can you tell him that he's not?
Well, now let me ask you something. Is it I got to agree with you, or I just can't challenge your belief?
You don't have to agree with it, but you can't.
I can't challenge your belief.
Openly.
I cannot openly.
Based on the same logic that they use with the trans man and woman junk, if you don't refer to them as what they identify as, you're intolerant.
Then using the example you just said, if this is 40-year-old dude and he doesn't have no like diagnosed psychosis and he want to walk around and say that he identifies as a 12-year-old, well, however the law gonna cost him me if he tries to get down on the level with 12-year-olds. Well, I gotta beat up an overgrown 12-year-old.
See,
but you got to identify as that first.
So,
otherwise, it's child abuse.
Oh, well, I get a child abuse charge for beating an overdeveloped 12-year-old.
So that's the thing, though. It's like this is what I'm talking about. Pandora's box. You open this up. You can't stop it now.
Can't stop it.
Now, pedophiles, unfortunately, as crazy as this sounds, they have a better argument than a trans man has. Why?
Right.
Because a pedophile has provenly been 12 before.
Mm-hmm.
So if their mind didn't escalate past 12 years old, how can you tell them that now?
That's right.
Yeah, isn't Pandora's box Greek mythology, if I'm mistaken?
Yeah.
So what happened when Greece broke out in chaos? Didn't normal people go to war? People that were sane?
Man, I think that's the point, man. We get to the point where we're not normal no more. The normal people is being weakened to
erase the line in the sand.
Are we being weakened, or are we allowing our lack thereof to want to engage in conflict, to let stuff slide because I just want to make peace and go home? When 100 years ago, if they would have popped this off, we would have nipped that in the bud instantly.
Guess what that's called? PC culture. They don't address the elephant in the room. They want to leave and make everybody feel good. But they've taken it so far that they've made normal uncomfortable because they want to coddle foolishness so bad.
is it PC or are we
Man,
just?
stop asking so many questions, man. Just say
Oh,
That was
okay.
saying,
I'm
trying to
sorry.
understand what you talking about.
No, I get
What's the acronym?
I get what he's. No, I get what you're
Politically-
saying.
Yeah, politically correct.
Yeah.
Well, what I mean is, I'm questioning not necessarily what you're saying. Is that what we're doing, or are we just what's that word? Like, for better words, going along to get along. Like we're going along with it to not engage in direct conflict.
That's what it was, because everybody was saying, well, as long as it don't affect me, it don't bother me, so I'm just going until it does. So now you got these situations where it is affecting you now. Your children are competing against
Your daughters is competing
against boys. And it's like it's you it's a tough pill
Yeah,
to swallow.
I seen one of them. Yeah, I seen one of them little MMA fights, and that girl had a knot when that little dude, lady, whatever. I said, good. I said, ooh.
But yeah, that's the problem. So everybody's like, oh, it's not affecting me. They can do whatever they want.
And he's speaking in generalities. We ain't talking about every single individual.
Well, most things in chaos, it starts off as individuals. Then once they get into groups gain power, groups gain access, and eventually, propaganda only takes a minimum amount of people to get a maximum amount of effort. It's never going to be the masses doing this. It's only going to be a small group.
But they want you to believe it.
Yeah.
They overconflate that minority to make it seem
Wasn't
like a
wasn't
majority.
they allowing it to be taught in schools too?
Of course, they had
Yeah.
these drag queens teaching schools and jump, and they made you for being normal feel like there's something wrong with you,
Right.
like you're stuck in the Stone Age for being what you're supposed to be.
Right.
And this new age junk, they call it educating you, where it's really indoctrinating you into foolishness.
Right.
And we have to stop it. That's why I don't allow that junk around me. I don't care what anybody say. You call me judgmental, you call me whatever you want. I'm not standing for that crap.
And I'm not finna call no dude no ma'am.
For sure.
I don't care. I don't care if you're in front of me wearing a dress.
That used to be an insult.
Look.
Those was fighting
Man,
words.
But look though, you remember back in the day, like I remember a day where even if you were a male that was homosexual, right? You kept it to yourself. Why everybody got to know about your sexuality? You know, why has it got to be like that?
Well, from my understanding, that's something that's been going on in multiple civilized or developed civilizations since the beginning of time, but people put things in proper context. Now, people want to live like this lawless lifestyle and want everybody to accept it. It's not what they're doing is new.
Right.
What's crazy about
That's
it though? It's crazy. You just made me think of something. It's like the smarter we get, the dumber we get, and it brings me back to the story with Adam and Eve. With God withheld the knowledge of good and evil from Adam, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he said, the fruit. If you eat the fruit, you'll gain that knowledge, and that was the immediate collapse of society. The beginning of society was collapse of society because he knew too much now.
Yeah.
So when it's like, you don't want the truth, you can't handle the truth. But
we mishandling knowledge.
yeah, exactly.
Right.
So you got the smart people that know how to, and I'm a numbers guy. I work with numbers every day. So I know how to skew data to make it tell the story that I want it to tell.
Right.
So the real I can have okay, Unc gotta slip out.
Gotta roll.
Unc gotta roll. Thad, you trying to get in? Trying to get in on this message?
Go ahead and
today?
slip in over here. See y'all, man.
Ready.
So I can say there's 10 dogs and 12 cats, right? And be like, I could be hiding the fact that there's 40 birds. I don't know where I'm going with this analogy. Basically, data, they can show you what they want you to see. It's all about what they want you to see, not what really is. And the smart people take this information that they learn and then that they don't grasp somehow, and they start to dig it to the less smart people, and the less smart people not gonna do their real research on it. They're gonna go with anything that they tell them, and they're gonna run with it. And then we got this foolishness going on now.
Well, yeah, it's kind of like similar to what happened with Like in the Matrix, they offered you the blue pill and they offered you the red pill.
Mm-hmm.
The blue pill is you can go back to your normal life and pretend like this is not a simulation that you're in, and you can abstain yourself from the truth. But if you take the red pill, then there's no turning back, and you cannot unsee
Right.
what you know is true, and you cannot unsee the reality that's coming to you. But I still say, in a lot of ways, it's just
Go ahead.
oh, I still say in a lot of ways, man, it's just misplaced you know context and purpose of things.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I say, nothing that we are doing is new. Now, do we got some new advancements in technology compared to 1,000 years ago? Sure, but far as human beings ourselves, we haven't out evolved the technology. The technology is out evolving us. We're still primitive in a lot of ways. So, but we have mastered in functional civilizations to put everything in context. Not okay.
No, you're right. You're right, and it comes down to another concept, which is like when people complain about certain things, they be like, these is first world problems. Like you complaining that, I don't know, something stupid like, oh, I only got 6 likes on a post.
Right.
Like those first world problems. Oh, but you're so depressed and I have nothing because I only got 6 likes on. I'm like, imagine somebody over there in doggone third world country, rib cage sticking out their body, talking about something I only got 6 likes.
Well, I don't know. Some of them probably complain about their likes too, and they look village now.
Refresh me real quick. Refresh me. What we talking about? What's the name?
We talking about it started on the opening Pandora's box, allowing things, and then it transitioned to like now. The reason we started allowing it and becoming softer with our stance on stuff is because we learned more. We know more now, or we think we know more now, and knowing more makes you more tolerant of other stuff that you don't understand.
I think it's a dangerous game either way. It ain't. The more you know, the smarter you are. Sometimes it's like it go back to what I was just talking about. Like the fall was because Eve wanted to know, ate from the tree of knowledge. Wanted to know more. So it's like it's a dangerous game. And sadly, we're in this world right now, and everyone's trying to make everyone happy. Like with the furries and the bathroom and all that stuff. It's a slippery slope, and I don't see no good in it.
You're right. You come back. Can you go fix his camera real quick? This joint look kind of crazy. Oh. All right, but anyways.
Well, the problem that we are refusing to adjust, and I think it's because it's kind of like
There it is.
like a generation gap between tradition, old school values, and new school progressive ideas. Everybody's looking for the perfect levels of equal, and to be understood and be heard. Well, some of that you got to substitute it for balance. Everything needs to operate in a delicate balance. When you throw things off balance, there will be no order, and if you have no order, then you only are left with disorder.
You sounded like Mufasa just now. The delicate balance.
Oh, what? You silly
You
man.
didn't even realize. But go ahead. You right. Keep going.
No, but seriously though, when I look at a situation, I'm not worrying about whether I get in most common situations. That's not me like entering like a business deal or an agreement or something of that nature. Yeah, I want my equal share of that because that's what we agreed to personally. But just in everyday living and how society views me or how I view society, I'm not always looking for equal. I'm looking for balance. And within balance, like when you make, I don't know, like a cake. The same amount of flour is not going to be the same amount of sugar. It's not going to be the same amount of salt. It ain't going to be the same amount of water. It ain't gonna be the same amount of eggs. But when you level everything balanced, then you can make a good dish or a good meal or something like that. People now are too caught up in being equal. Oh, because he got, I should have. Because they got this, I should have this. Well, you don't know what they went through to get that. You don't know what somebody or their ancestors went through to provide this for you. You know what I mean? Okay. We adjusted.
But basically, I think we did kind of skew off of the original concept going on, but I just think that to solve the problems we have going on, people have to stand on something. Saying is you got to stand for something, or you fall for anything. If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. And I think people have to build that backbone back, because everybody's so afraid to say something because they're scared to get canceled, or this cancel culture is going to tear you apart for anything that you say that's opposed to this new age bullcrap. But I think that and it starts with the men, fellas, we got to stand for something. We cannot be skewed by. First of all, we have to acknowledge the power that we have as men.
Right.
Like, men and women are very important in society, but as men, we have they call it a patriarchy, whatever you want to call it. But there's a reason the man's supposed to be the head. And we have to be smart to make better decisions, because I could give you a few examples of like stuff that would have went wrong for men listening to women. With relieving their powers. If Job listened to his wife, what would have happened? He would have cursed God and died.
Right.
If Lot would have listened to his wife, what he would have did? Turned around and turned into a pillar of salt right along with her.
Right.
Adam listened to his wife, and guess what happened?
Yeah, the world drifted into chaos. Yeah.
Dave succumbed to lust and found himself with Bathsheba, and guess what? They was cursed. So it's a lot of things that when Samson, the strongest man in history,
Right.
the strongest man in history, his fall was what?
Delilah.
I'm telling you. So fellas, we gotta be on point. A wise man takes wise counsel. So that means you make the decision, but you consider wise counsel, not foolish counsel. And like we gotta stand up as men. Like we can't act like women. We can't act like, we still gotta keep our. I'm about to get myself canceled for what I'm gonna say.
Man, listen, man, just channel your passion.
Fellas, stop being punks, okay? Act like men, alright? We have the rational bone, okay? Let them keep the emotional junk. That's them. That's what suits them. It's good for their purpose. We cannot fall into that. We can't be no crash outs because we're emotionally unstable. We can't control our emotions and stuff. We can't be wimps and just do whatever they say because, they giving us some coochie or some junk. Fellas, stand on your prowl. Be men. And believe it or not, I want y'all to know this, fellas. Believe it or not, the more you stand on your own square, the more you show how masculine you are, not over masculating or whatever the case may be, but the more you show that you got a backbone and you got a stance and you got a passion about things, women actually love that junk. Yeah. Don't listen to what they say, okay? Listen to check out what they do. They really do like that. It really does something for women when men are men. Alright? So stop trying to be the little simp baby coochie punk nigga and be a man. Like, stop trying to agree with women just to get in good graces with them. That junk is not benefiting anybody. It's only coochifying our society. Y'all lucky y'all don't cuss. But
yeah, it seemed like you was trying to
listen,
channel the inner.
Cause fellas gotta stop doing this junk, dog. It's really infuriates me, for real.
Well, I mean, I get what you're saying, and I get the direction you're going in, but that specific subset of dudes, you got to think, man, we've been up under a feminizing system. I would say at least the last 60 years. So the fact that you would find very large pockets of males exhibiting very female-like qualities, overallly throughout your life, you're going to be responsible for this at a certain point because you got to develop up out of that. It's not your fault that your upbringing didn't provide you the proper balance between feminine and masculine energy, man. But in today's society, man, our perception of being a man is not so much the repercussion of the women. They know when they're talking to a man. Whether they like your perspective, whether they like your ideas, whether they like what you stand for. They know when they're talking to somebody who's going to stand on their principles, regardless of who cares or who believes in what they believe in. The problem is, society is set up for where the woman is allowed to continue to challenge the man, whether she's right or wrong. The woman is allowed to weaponize the system, weaponize the courts, weaponize the police, weaponize the government, even weaponize the children, everything else. If she, now this is not every woman, so I know with the not all, and we're gonna throw that on in there. But what I'm saying is, for the women that participate in these activities, that's constantly, just demolishing what is left of today's version of the nuclear family. All of these things are at their hands, and I get it to a certain degree. If you are the less physical dominant of the species, you can't rely on physical force to get understanding or get certain levels of control from us. So you have to put yourself in a position where you can use your mind, your wits, your beauty,
manipulation.
And your manipulation. And it's like I say, things have balance. There's a balance in between manipulation as of in malice, and you got manipulation as in protection. You know what I mean? Because when you're in that position, you have no choice to do that. That's like you can be in a group of males. If you're the smaller dude in the group, everybody else is bigger, taller, stronger, but we accept you in the group. You got to use your mind more so than you got to use your body, because you couldn't physically dominate any of us. In that sort of sense of speaking. So I get what you're saying. You're saying telling the guys to stop being. I tell the guys to do this. Stop. When you say punk, I know what you mean, like emotionally overreacting and standing on the square as of our ancestors did in the past. But hey man, this is a different animal out here now. So a dude trying to stand 100% like that at all times, they already got systems set up to try to chop your legs out from up under you, man.
So what do you think I'm saying when I'm saying stand on your square? Because I totally hear you, and I agree with you on the stance of, like, they do have a system behind them that they can weaponize against us.
What I get from when you say stand on your square, you're talking about that traditional man of stand on your square, stand on everything you believe in. I'm not saying don't do that. But what I'm saying is, back to what you said on top of that, getting caught up in sometimes we can get caught up in it. We call it ego, but it's another variation of emotion that it's just like in the inside. Sometimes us trying to stand so strong and strong-willed, they use that to chop your feet out from up under you. You know what I mean? Like, they know the strong man from the weak man. That's why you don't see. If you notice, they may complain about it, but they want strong men in certain positions, certain areas to handle main organizations. They're not crazy. But in everyday social circles, unless they're just naturally groomed to be around that, they don't like those kind of men in a sector like that all the time. That particular subset of women or society that operates from that female thinking mindset. They don't like, quote unquote, those men around, because they're going to bring order. They're going to bring understanding. They're going to bring discipline. But when you have these watered down versions of man. Yeah, they'll put on the boots. Yeah, they'll go to work. They'll drive the car. They'll do this, but they don't stand on anything. They don't have any backbone. They're not going to confront when the woman is being disagreeable, argumentative, or just could be just outright, flat out disrespectful. They're either going to cower down or, like we was talking earlier, overreact in their emotions and do something to get themselves hurt or put in jail. Where your position from a man on the square, he knows how to tolerate either version. Either this overly feminized male that don't know how to control herself, or this one that don't know how to stand for herself, or the disrespectful female sitting in the middle. Either way, or the disrespectful children, or the respectful children. Either way of the dynamic, we know how to move around the square and keep going and moving around to achieve what we know to be achieved. But I don't think in mass they have taken over, but I think a good chunk of our society has been submerged in this dysfunction.
I'm gonna tell you where I think the pendulum shifted, the pendulum swung. People stopped caring about being respected and they started caring about being liked. That's clout. When people are respected, we have results. When people want to be liked, they give up what they believe or whatever they are true about to get validation. And that what's that joint called? That feeling, that satisfactory feeling that people get when they what is it called? Dang. The chemical that runs through your body.
Oh, you mean
Dopamine. Yes. So when people cared about being respected, like this is the thing. I hate to say it because I be mentioning them in episodes, but this Donald Trump doesn't care about being liked.
No.
He cares about being respected. And as much as America hates him, he still won the doggone presidency.
Right.
Like, think about that. Think about that for real. Your CEO doesn't care if you like him. But I bet you respect his clock. I bet you respect his business. I bet you respect that paycheck that he writing you.
Yeah, well, yeah, if you got some sense.
Vince McMahon. I know, dang, I'm bringing up terrible examples. God damn. Dana White for the UFC. He don't care if they like him. But guess what? They respect him and they making the fights.
Yeah.
So I think it's masculine to care about respect. I think it's feminine to care about likes.
I would agree.
Or at least the yin yang switch of it. You want more men want more respect than like, women want more like than respect, but you still want some of the others in the middle at the same time.
Well, now in my personal life, I would rather be respected than be liked, because you can turn like on and off. You can like me now and then I do something later, then you turn around and like me. But it's only so many times that you would ever say, I no longer have respect for you. Most of the time, when people say that to you, it's only going to be one time, and they mean that.
So this is the thing. Likes is based off of feelings. Respect is based on character.
Yeah.
So respect is going to last you so much longer than likes is. Somebody could not like you and never touch you because they know they respect what you're bringing. But if somebody likes you and they don't respect you, the minute they don't like you no more, they going for your head because they have no respect for you.
Or they would, secretly allow your demise.
Plot on you. And that's craziest thing. I was just thinking of Scar and Mufasa. Mm-hmm. Scar didn't like Mufasa, but he respected him. That's why he had to plot this whole elaborate scheme on him.
Well, I don't think he so much respected him. I just think he knew. Scar told the truth. He said, when it comes to bronze, I would never challenge you. But when it comes to brains, I'm smarter than you. And he proved it. Yeah, Mufasa was wise. But at the end, Scar proved it because as big and strong as you was, and as wise as you was, he used the ignorance of your son, your over ego, to want to prove to be the hero, caught you slipping, and he flung you.
I wouldn't say that. Scar didn't Mufasa. Scar didn't outsmart Mufasa. Scar out eviled Mufasa. Because Mufasa at the end of the day, he put Scar in his place, but that was still his brother to him. So he didn't believe that his brother had it in him to do something evil like that. So it's some naivety in there. But would you believe your brother would try to kill you? So Scar didn't.
In the sense that they put that cartoon, no. But in real actuality, and then in real life, of lions that you see in real life, and then how they try to cast it in that movie, yeah, I would have believed it.
That's the thing, though. See, just think about it in this perspective. Like, and this is the perspective that most people say. Most people don't. We kids in 94, I was born. But as a kid watching this show, well, I don't know, a kid watching the show probably thinks Scar's up to no good. But because you see some of the, but because you see the backgrounds of it, you see the background behind the scenes. But that stuff we was privy to. Mufasa wasn't privy to the fact that Scar was teaming up with the hyenas and stuff like that.
No, now I don't. If you ask me, do I think Mufasa believed that he would have done that? I would still say yeah, because how many times? If you remember, he said it. The little bird, the toucan said it. Zazu, yeah, I think that was his name. He said it. The king is going to be upset with you again. So Mufasa had to keep doing it.
But that's not killing though. That's like you got a brother that you know just getting dumb jumped. And then he's like, oh my gosh, Tori done did it again. Yeah, it's not necessarily, Tori's going to kill me this time. You know what I'm saying?
I think because we coming at it from a human experience, and they cast that from a human experience. I'm looking at it like, as an adult now looking at it, yeah, Mufasa knew that Scar would do something. He already had challenged him. That's where you got that from his face from. They got into an altercation. Mufasa beat him. He said it. When it comes down to bronze, I would never dream of challenging you. He told him the truth. But he said when it comes down to brains, when I say he outsmarted Mufasa, I'm not talking about in direct conflict. He used the ignorance of his child. Simba trusted him. Mufasa didn't trust Scar. He just knew that he would never directly confront him. He knew not to do that. And Scar couldn't go nowhere. Where was he going to go? Go live with the hyenas? No. He wasn't going to do good out there neither. So he just stayed in his place until he picked his spot. Simba didn't listen to his father. Simba didn't listen to his father, which caused his father distress. Mufasa, trying to superhero everything, got caught slipping. When I say Scar outsmarted him, he didn't outsmart him as of he got to him. He outsmarted him due to the ignorance of his child. And most, like we were just talking about the government and all the scenarios up until now, what's catching up a lot of men now when it comes down to the court system and stuff like that? It's not abuse. It's not cheating. It's not divorce. The main thing him and a lot of these dudes up now, that's why a lot of men are cautious about having what? Children. Most cases that you see in today's time that get a man caught up is something dealing with his child. He get caught up slipping. That's basically what happened.
I think it's a combination of the children and the domestic violence. I think it's a combination of the two. Because in the conversation we had last week, actually, we was talking about the Sha'Carri Richardson thing when she was talking about y'all over here talking to me when he's the man in the situation, knowing that the system generally protects women from that type of thing, whether they're wrong or right, and she tried to weaponize that system against a man that didn't do anything to her.
Dude, that was cold-blooded.
Tell me about it.
Not only weaponizing the system against men, the fact, forget that, a successful black man, you went up there and did this to this man, knowing darn well that he done, well, I can't say what he might not have done to you in the past. I can't even say what y'all may have been arguing about previously to that. But that man didn't do nothing to you to cause you to turn around and, put it in a position to lose like that.
Mm-hmm. And then not only did you attack him, you tried to throw him under the bus for you attacking him. That's beyond devious, bro. And the only reason she felt empowered to do that is because she know that system that we talking about is in place to try to make him the villain off rip.
Well, the system makes money off of men's winning, and the system makes money off of men suffering. The problem is men done caught on to, well, I would rather take a less chance of suffering. yeah, I might suffer a little bit more in my solitude. I might suffer a little bit more when not being able to experience certain things. But I'm not suffering my whole being and everything I work for this false sense of love and companionship.
But that's where respect come in. A woman's not gonna do that to a man she respects. She's gonna do that to a man she likes, and then when she don't like him, then she throw him away. But if she respects him, she's not gonna do that.
You got no argument out of me.
Mm-hmm. I just seen some joint that came out. I think it was yesterday or something like that. Lil Scrappy's daughter, she's like 20 years old, and she came out saying some things that I would agree with. She was basically saying a lot of single mothers are raising their boys to be like punks, and like what the type of dude we was just talking about.
Oh,
And
yeah.
but she also went further to say, yeah, and my grandma, she halfway raised my dad right, because he thinks he's the prize and he's not. You know what I'm saying? Blah blah blah. At the end of the day, the only reason we know you, your mom, your family is because of him. To be honest with you, none of us would have known nothing about y'all if it wasn't for him.
Right.
So it's like, to get out there and just disrespect your dad and just like dishonor him. I don't see that as like, you can't respect your dad and do that.
Well,
Would you ever get on public and saying, yeah, my grandma ain't raised my dad right because my dad think he the pride? Would you ever get on?
well, I would never get on public and disrespect my parents, up on no national television,
Exactly.
no national stage like that. Now, whatever me and my people consult with amongst each other, that is what it
It's
is.
family business.
But on top of that, sometimes, like I told you, that's not. Yeah, it's the child's respect, but it is the mother's.
Influence,
Not
grooming.
It's the mother's bitterness that was
Mhm.
passed in the child as
Mhm.
time goes along, that built up some of that resentment. Yeah, it's some resentment from what the child seen the dad do or not do themselves. And as they reflect and they became adults, but some of that extra hate and venom that's sprinkled on the top, that's not that child.
That's called confirmation bias. So confirmation bias is when you suspect something, and then the slightest clue or the slightest hint that things are going the direction of your expectations, you automatically assume, yep, that's it. So why I say that is because her mom's probably been telling her this stuff for years. Her mom's probably been saying this stuff about. Well, she was saying this stuff about it. She was on TV doing it. God dang it. Her mom's been saying all this stuff about that dude for years. So when her daughter see the slightest bit of it in real life, yeah, my mom was right. This is who he is, and she's only seeing that perspective of it. But we finna go ahead and cut this. We finna go ahead and end this episode because we went directions that we weren't about to go to, and the camera's about to die. So we finna go ahead and close this episode out. Appreciate you for coming, Thomas.
Oh yeah, anytime, man. Y'all some cool brothers.
We had some conversation today. Today was a little cranky because we had some technical difficulties going on today. But we gonna get it right. We gonna every day, every episode, we gonna progress until we get a nice production here. And y'all just stick with us. You know what I'm saying? Get more people on. We finna build this thing up. And when we go viral, you heard it here first.
Yes, sir.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? What we gonna go viral from? I don't know. We gonna figure it out. But alright, y'all, appreciate y'all for watching, especially if you stayed this long, y'all. Go ahead and like and subscribe. Throw your comments in the comment section. Tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if Thomas right. Tell me if Reese, what he said was right. Tell me if what Thad said was right. You know what I'm saying? Give us your opinions. If you think I'm stupid, let me know so I can cuss you out in the comments.
Lord, damn.
All that good stuff. So go ahead and we'll see y'all next week. Peace.